Welcome guys to Resto Shaman, testing double legendaries, Skybreakers, Venthyr, the juiciness. Look at this guys, look at this, Venthyr, look at this, look at this. Okay, look at this, he's watching, he's watching, he's watching. Look at my Venthyr countdown. Look at my Venthyr countdown, look at my chain harvest. Look at my chain harvest, he's watching, 36 seconds, 23 seconds. I need to do some damage. I forgot it's volcanic, guys. 3 seconds. Let's go chain harvest again! Oh my god, this... Chain harvest again, guys! Just apply flame shocks on everything I can. So this is the gameplay that I wanted to showcase it because I'm running Skybreakers, which is basically an elemental shaman legendary, which means it gives you base 50% crit to your flame shocks. On top of the crit that I have already, I'm probably looking at around 80% crit chance on Flame Shock. Another Chain Harvest. I'm not gonna use it. Should I? Should I? I don't know. So basically this legendary is designed for Elemental Shamans. I'm combining it with the Venthyr specific legendary, which also gives you the... Again, it's applied through the belt, which gives you, every time your Flame Shock crits, reduces the cooldown of your Chain Harvest. So what we're looking at here is Mistweaver Monk. It's basically Mistweaver Monk Fallen Order build, where your crits reduce the cooldown of your main ability, and technically speaking, Chain Harvest, which is 1.5 minute cooldown, can be reduced, in my testing, to like 15 seconds if you have 6 targets with Flame Shock. Flame Shock has a 6 target cap, so that's something to keep in mind. And when you combine it with my Wasteland Propriety, okay, I have to use Chain Harvest here, and let's use it into Cloudburst. So when you combine that with Wasteland Propriety, right now I have a good amount of versatility, which I'm also giving to my fellow party members to increase their DPS so we can kill mobs faster and time bigger keys. So you can see there is a lot of synergy with... It's almost viewed like a support healer because of that versatility uptime, which I think is really... Okay, I'm gonna interrupt this one. So I think it's really interesting. I have been testing a lot of Resto Shaman. There's a lot of videos on the YouTube. There's going to be a lot of videos on YouTube about this. You can see here that the Chain Harvest on single target definitely loses out. Okay. He's watching. Guys, he's watching. Chain Harvest. Riptide on everyone. Maintain Flame Shock. Okay, so I think there's 5... I think every single target has Flame Shock on them. 12 second... I have Chain Harvest again! I'm not even sure if my Wasteland Propriety dropped off. I need to go and look at it again. I need to go look at my buff uptime to see if I actually giving... Like, this is nuts! So, you also have to remember that the initial crit of Chain Harvest is going to reduce the cooldown of the ability itself, because I am running Lavish Harvest, which increases the critical chance of Chain Harvest by 15%. So, you can see in AoE situations, this is pretty spicy. This is pretty spicy. I have been testing Kyrian, I've been testing double legendaries for Kyrian, and I think the Kyrian is still... I don't want to be too much field crafting, but I feel Kyrian is still... Okay, we're going to do a big pull here, which is perfectly fine for me because I need Chain Harvest. Oh, Chain Harvest. Crit for me, crit for me. I didn't activate Cloudburst. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. I need to put emphasis on Flame Shock. Every single Flame Shock needs to go on a new target. I need to stand close to the... Okay, I have Chain Harvest again. What should I do here? What do you think? Should I wait for the triple mobs to spawn so I get more Chain Harvest uptime? What is the gameplay? Or should I use Chain Harvest right now to give versatility to all of the party members? Let's see. I'll wait. I'll wait for triple mobs to spawn. Okay. Chain Harvest, Chain Harvest, Chain Harvest. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't think I crit that much there. The last guy is chasing the priest, he might die. So 40 seconds right now, not too bad. My Wasteland Propriety is about to expire. So, you can see You can see how people are memeing about Skybreaker's legendary. You can see why people are talking about this. The fact that you're only using half the legendary because the other half power of the legendary is for elemental shaman. We got a chain harvest again, so pretty much with semi-large pulls, or of course the best pulls you can do is 6 targets, 6 flame shocks, 5 from chain harvest, and another one from me applying. I'm gonna interrupt this one. Chain harvest, and I'm gonna put a flame shock on this guy. Wait, this guy got flame shock. This guy here. So now I think we have flame shocks on everyone. This video is gonna be so weird. 12 seconds. 3 seconds. Chain harvest again. Of course, this is not optimal what I'm doing. I'm supposed to just focus on a single mob here, because once the mob dies, all of the mobs are gone. But I just want to showcase again. 13, 10, 5. I'm gonna get another chain harvest. This is nuts. I still feel, we'll look at the numbers, we'll look at the uptime of Wasteland Propriety, which is basically what I wanted to talk about. Wasteland Propriety, when you use chain harvest, you give stats. We're gonna look at the uptime of the buff, and we're gonna see how much versatility we're providing to players. We'll see the overall damage. Again, I don't want people to be like, this is, okay, we're doing this. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. Chain harvest. I should have used cloudburst first. I use my earth elemental. I'm gonna use tremor. I should be standing in melee. This is spicy. I'm trying to heal. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Again, I have been running earth elemental. I should be standing close to the mob. Okay, there's green stuff here, there's more green stuff here. Let's just... I got my chain harvest again. Let's purge the mob, because you need to purge this. I didn't really play this optimally because I was just scared we're gonna die. Because again, a lot of these groups on PTR, honestly, it's been really hard to find groups on PTR, because it's been plagued by DCs. I've been plagued with internet issues, not internet issues, but game crashing randomly, so it's a little bit scary. The only problem with this build is that once you have to use chain harvest for single target, I feel like you lose out so much. I'm trying not to use it on single target unless I really have to, but you can just basically see. I don't know what the play is going to be, honestly. This is all field crafting, this is all initial testing. Who knows, maybe Skybreaker is going to be removed from interacting with Flame Shock for resto spec for this specific reason, but it definitely really feels bad when you're using it purely on single target. When you're using it purely on single target, I feel like I miss out a whole chain harvest build. Okay, let's go. We're really far away. I'm gonna put cloudburst, chain harvest. Okay, I use my tremor totem here. I don't have to stay close to melee because we didn't pick up the Kieran buff. So I'm just gonna use it. 13 seconds. I need to apply it. This guy didn't have flame shock. So this is my problem. I need to really pay attention to which people have flame shock, and once my flame shock is activated, I need to really make sure I'm optimizing my flame shock usage, because you can see here the cooldown reduction is absolutely just insane. Guardian Druid running Kyrian, what is called the Sim build as well. Very interesting to see how Guardian Druids are gonna do with double legendaries. Probably unkillable most likely. I don't know if he's gonna spear this or not. He did spear. We don't have... Unfortunately, we don't... Okay, I'm gonna pick this. Oh, I don't have chain harvest, guys. I don't have chain harvest for this. I'm gonna interrupt the mage. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Come on. Chain harvest! Let's go, boys and girls! Let's go! I don't know why I'm so excited. I think it's just pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I don't even know if this is going to be a build that people are gonna use, but I like testing weird stuff. I like testing something like, you know, that's not really conventional, especially considering that the legendary Skybreakers is never intended to be used on Resto Shaman. So that's funny. Oh, we're gonna get chain harvest again. Guys, are you ready? I said I use ready. Chain harvest, let's go! Oh, let's go! Interrupt the mage from the back. I don't have interrupt 2 seconds. I'm gonna interrupt it now. 25 seconds with Chain Harvest right now. 17, 15, boss. I need to apply Flame Shock to the boss. 6 seconds. I might actually get 3 uses. You know what? I'm gonna get 3 uses of this. You know what? I probably should use it right now. I'm gonna use it right now because I just want to do damage. And there's also healing as well. You can see all the Riptides on people. I'm completely missing the healing aspect of this. It applies 5 Riptides on friendly targets, so it does have a healing portion associated with it. So don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of healing that you can do from it. I'm just... Like, the first expectations for this is that I don't think this is gonna be more damage than Kyrian with Kyrian specific legendary and something like Earth Elemental. I think that combo, when used perfectly, and I mean perfectly, and that's a big if perfectly, this is gonna be a big pull. I'm scared. We'll first have to kill these. But this is the thing, this is a big if. Earth Elemental, I'm gonna make a video about Earth Elemental, you'll see it and stuff like that. Requires, you either use it on bosses, or you have to heal it, and then even then it might not always be possible. Let's go, guys. Okay, guys, I think we're doing, watch out for the arrows. Cloudburst, Chain Harvest, Interrupt into Chain Lightning, apply Flame Shock on the missing target. I'm trying to find this guy's missing Flame Shock. Let's go. Chain Harvest available in about 5 seconds probably. Cloudburst, Chain Harvest. I got hit because I wasn't avoiding the arrow. I thought I was gonna hit it. Apply Flame Shocks. Okay, I'm gonna get wrecked here. There's a bit of delay because I'm playing on European servers, and these are servers actually, American servers. Cloudburst, Healing Tide for free chain heal. Try and maintain Flame Shock on as many targets. We have Chain Harvest available here. This is pretty spicy for the tank. Okay, we used Chain Harvest twice during that pull, so that's pretty nice. But now, okay, it's on me. Let's try and hit the Sagadon with this. I need to have Flame Shock on this target. Again, for the people who don't know, Skybreakers, it gives you 50% base crit to your Flame Shock. So your Flame Shock has 50% crit on top of my initial crit. So we'll see how much Flame Shock is gonna crit, but I'm expecting somewhere between 70 to 80% of my given levels. So there's a very high chance that every Flame Shock tick is gonna crit. I'm not even saying this is a viable option. This is literally just me memeing. Okay, Chain Harvest. You know what? We're gonna activate In Potion and Chain Harvest this. I think every single one of them has Flame Shock. Yes, every single one of them has Flame Shock. Oh no, you can block that. No, you cannot. That's unfortunate. I have to heal. Imagine healer healing in dungeons. I know. Flame Shock is on everyone. My Chain Harvest is ready in a second. That nearly hit you again. Holy moly. Chain Harvest. So I can actually use Chain Harvest quite freely twice in a Crashback pull. Depending on how long it takes to kill them. I can use it twice, so the uptime, I still have Wasteland Propriety, and again, I'm getting 6% Wasteland Propriety, which is more than what other people are getting, but how do you measure the versatility gains for the group? That's also something to consider. How do you actually measure the group's overall DPS with this? That's something to consider when looking at Venthyr. You also have to remember that Chain Harvest follows like a 20-yard radius around its target, so it's important to select members. In Mythic Plus, you always most likely going to use it on mobs, so it's important to select it on mobs that are central. Because if there's going to be a mob that's kind of far away, you might not get it, and it's going to be, okay, Chain Harvest again. Can I get it? I can't because I use Spirit Warrior's Grace. Let's do some damage, guys. I still have my Wasteland Propriety. I'm actually pretty sure in this pull, I must have had like 90% uptime on Wasteland Propriety for the whole group. Like, that's pretty insane when you think about it. When I actually think about it, in large trashback pulls, you're looking at a really high uptime of versatility for the group, and we'll see the overall damage. But I don't want people to look at this overall damage and be like, this is how much it can be achieved. I play about a lot in these keys. I don't play optimal, I don't use potions, I don't, you know, it's not a good indication of what overall damage is going to look like. I just want to see what the gameplay is like. I just want to see, you know, almost like a support build. Let's see. I'm gonna use... I don't have spear, you know what? I'm gonna use it straight away. Oh, I don't have a spear actually. I thought I picked up a spear, my bad guys. I actually thought I picked up a spear. There's a spear being used. Let's use, you know what? Let's use Chain Harvest right now. Frost Shock while we're moving. 40-second cooldown. I must have gotten good initial crit on it. It's on me. I'm gonna run away. I can dispel, Cloudburst Totem, Lava Burst. I have 25 seconds. We need to break this shield, but it's not going to be a problem. I have Spirit Walker's Grace. I can do damage. Let's do damage. Chain Harvest in 9 seconds. Let's heal the tank. The tank needs some healing. Even though it's a bear and they just don't die. Chain Harvest. Cloudburst into Chain Harvest. Probably should have used it during... You see the Wasteland Propriety buff going out? I always like the animation. We need to break the shield. I still have a bunch of cooldowns. I'm not gonna use any of those because there's just no need. Let's do some Frost Shock while we wait. Lightning Bolt into Lava Burst. I'm gonna try and move out. And dungeon. Okay, we need to move out the mages. I'm gonna dispel. Lava Burst. Lava Burst. We got a shield at the last second. You know what? I'm gonna use Ascendance because I have nothing else to use it for. So why not? And the dungeon is over. So this is the overall damage for the dungeon. Again, I said not to really pay attention to it yet because there's a lot of ways to optimize it. Let's see, Chain Harvest was the top damage. Let's see how much Flame Shock had a crit chance of 84.9%, which honestly is just insane with this legendary because it gives you 50% base crit. So Chain Harvest, let's see how much Chain Harvest ended up healing. It was okay, applies Riptide, so Riptide becomes... Wow, Riptide was such a big healing portion because of that. You can see Guardian Druids are just overpowered at the moment. 10k damage from a tank, that's kind of dumb, but Guardian Druid is pretty nice. In terms of... Let's see, in terms of uptime, and this is, how do I check on this? Let's see, buff uptime, let's see if we can actually check it. Wasteland Propriety had around, on me personally, had around 35%, so 7 minutes. 7 minutes of the dungeon out of the 24 minutes, I had Wasteland Propriety buff. And I'm not sure what the normal uptime is like. So this is something to take into account, because this is almost like a support build. So the overall damage... the versatility you're giving your party members, it'll be interesting. I also tested Elemental Equilibrium. I also tested, I have to say, I still feel like field crafting wise from everything that I tested so far, if you're not looking at the outside gains, outside buffs that you're providing, Kyrian with Vesper Totem Legendary and Earth Elemental, and if you can use your double, or if you can use your Earth Elemental in a proper way that it's not going to die, feels like an insane amount of damage. Like, personal gain, in terms of personal DPS, feels really, really strong. But I do dislike the Earth Elemental, because it can die, and sometimes you have to hold on to it for such a long time. But I can see that there's a lot of options for Resto Shaman. I hope you liked the video, let me know how you feel about the gameplay. There's a lot of ways to improve it, and I'll see you in my next video.